Hello, good evening, Choempala. Elias Moja here. Now, if this video, the picture quality still remains bad, I'm going to put it off. You see, the reason why I am failing to come live is because the picture is pretty bad. You see, this is what I mean. The picture is quite bad. So you tell me, how is this picture? You know, are you okay with it? If you're okay with it, that's fine. We've got to talk about something. Our regular broadcast is going to come up later tonight with General, but I couldn't just keep this to myself because this is urgent. So it's urgent, and I had something in my chest that I needed to get out. You know, as you all know, I'm in Choempala, so I'm around. I'm in Zambia. Just read a statement from the president of the Republic of Zambia. And what the president is saying, let me just retrieve it here, and then I'll read it to you, and we'll see what we're going to say. Okay. Please share the link with as many people as possible. Now, this is, first of all, written on State House letterhead. We don't think that what the president is talking about has anything to do with the functions of his office as the chief of our state. It has everything to do with the fact that he's responsible for a political party, and this political party is the one that should be, so he should put this letter on his political party so that it becomes the political party who should be sending all these concerns that he has. When it just started, I was concerned. I knew that the resistance was not really about, yeah. Okay, so the resistance, I knew that the resistance was not really about ECZ. And that's why I was appealing for calm from everybody to say, calm down, people. This issue has got very little to do with ECZ. I think what this has got to do is with State House, because ECZ has given some indications to the head of state that they can't go directly, so they need to use some very wise words at so that when he begins processing that information, this is now going to be much more freer, you know, to announce the results. Nombangela kutira mwaya azisize mukulondololo ko bati kwena bane walusa ero nombu muntu akosapo kwe bati yo mkwaye ponchiri. It's very tough because those ECZ people, they're Africans. So but if we send in an African way, mwalishi bafe walondolera ko muntu panono pakutu lady yashi, you start a little bit tekuye fe pala pena to walusa. No, that is left for politicians. No, but for a body like ECZ, they want to respect the head of state. I think that is what happened. Now, I think he resisted and he's still resisting. And so today it culminates in him issuing a statement on State House letterhead. This is a huge, huge concern. He should not be using State House letterhead for him to say this. Now, I'm going to read the statement. It's long, very urgent. It's marked very urgent. I'm going to say some things here that you're all going to be happy with. Okay. So this is President Lungu declares general election not free and fair. Okay? Not free and fair. That's the headline. President Lungu has declared that this election in 2021 is not free and fair. Let that sink in for a bit. I just want you to think about it. We're going to look at the results later or when they release more results. But the president of our republic, the chief executive and commander-in-chief of all armed and security forces in our country, under whose auspices and signature the Electoral Commission of Zambia functions, who appoints commissioners, who funds the Electoral Commission of Zambia, who does all these things. He tells us today that the election in 2021 has not been free and fair. Now, this, first of all, just the heading of the statement itself is a huge scandal. Mwebo, this is not normal. This is not the normal way of how a country is supposed to be governed or governed itself. This is not right. Number, if it's not that it's new. It's not a new thing. It's not something that is just suddenly appearing today. This has been one of the symptoms of the failure of leadership for the past 7 years. You see, this is what it is. It's a failure of leadership for the past 7 years. And so, towards the end of this election, our president writes this and says that this has been free and fair. Now, let's read. What has been free and fair? What has not been free and fair? His Excellency, Dr. Edgar Chagwa Lungu, President of the Republic of Zambia, said that his party, the Patriotic Front, is consulting on the next course of action concerning the general election held on Thursday, 12 August 2021. President Lungu says, I'm reading off my, oh no, please. Okay. What he's saying is President Lungu says the general election in three provinces, namely Southern, Northwestern, and Western province, were characterized by violence, rendering the whole exercise a nullity. I don't know what words to use, my fellow countrymen and women. I really don't know what words I can use. The president is singling out three provinces and is saying that these three provinces, the election was characterized by violence, rendering the whole exercise a nullity. I don't know how long the people of, I call them the Zambezi provinces because I've just used a geographical river and say that because these provinces, they touch on the Zambezi, I'm calling them the Zambezi provinces. It's not a legal term, it's not a geographical term, it's not even a recognized term to describe the provinces. So I just use that to describe those provinces where the Zambezi passes. How much longer can they take and stomach such an insult? He's saying that everywhere else it was okay. So he continues perpetrating the same anti-Zambezi provinces that has been characteristic of his 7 years in power. He says, Kudia, there was violence in Southern province. There was violence in Western province. There was violence in Northwestern province. Therefore, this election should be a nullity in those areas. He leaves out the rest of the country. He says, no, the rest of the country is okay. But those three provinces, this is not right. Now, we are appealing to the good judgment of our head of state, of our president, to think deeply, to reach out deep within his heart, to search his own intentions. There is still chance to redeem the situation. I believe that there is still chance here. I believe that something can be done. But this inflammatory, tribal language should be avoided by our head of state. How could it be that everywhere else it was okay? We know that there was sporadic violence in several parts of this country. There was sporadic violence in Lusaka itself in Kanyama. There was violence in several parts. Was it in Nakonde or Mpulungu? There was violence. But he says that Western province, Northwestern province, and Southern provinces are the epicenter of violence. And because of the violence in these three provinces, this general election is therefore a nullity. And it's a nullity. The president said Patriotic Front polling agents were brutalized and chased from polling stations, a situation that left the ruling party's votes unprotected in the three provinces. Have you seen the concept of protecting the vote? The concept of protecting the vote is actually non-existent anywhere. It's a false concept. There is nothing like protecting the vote. Particularly in our country, it is the Electoral Commission, together with a very fair security system, being the police, this time, Lungu Soja, and other security wings that are supposed to protect our people. And I think there are several other skirmishes and political issues that they did, but these policemen and women, they have tried their best. They have sacrificed, except perhaps for a few top brass who were abused, who were directed and made to make certain decisions based on political expediency. Otherwise, the rank and file of the police are good people. They are our brothers and sisters, the rank and file. The very people that we see sometimes occasionally throwing tear gas, they are our brothers and our sisters. Sometimes they are told to just carry out those operations. And to the best of their knowledge, to the best of their ability, they have tried to keep the peace. A few weeks ago, I did mention on TV Bakwetu, right here, that this election is going to be extremely peaceful. And we are going to have a very peaceful election. And we are going to have a very peaceful result. That's what I felt. And that's exactly what has happened here. But not even the incoming government of Mr. Hakainde Hichilema is going to brush the same brush over all the security forces in our country. No. There were, of course, a few people who were just following instructions from their politicians. And therefore, the problem that we had, the biggest problem we have is not police brutality. The biggest problem we have in Zambia is a leadership problem. That is the biggest problem, leadership. And any violence we saw was because of the lack of leadership. And this letter today demonstrates just that. He says they were chased. The president also cites the killing of the Patriotic Front Northwestern Province chairman, Jackson Congo. May his soul rest in peace. Indeed, we cannot have enough words to express our deepest sympathies over the passing of a human being. And of course, it was because of several other things, and it must be condemned. But the death of one person cannot be said to lead to the nullification of an entire election. It does not make sense. How many UPND supporters have died? Would you, because one person dies on the day of the election or on the eve of the election, therefore you want to say that Northwestern Province votes don't matter? Right now, some of our agents and supporters are in hiding because of these criminal acts. The president is still commander-in-chief of our security forces. He still has got an army, he's still got police. He can direct the police to investigate these matters and bring criminals to book. We want to find out. This is just an exercise. This is just an excuse that the president is trying to come up with. Now, I need to address something serious here. When they started registering, remember, we have serious issues here. When they started registering, the Patriotic Front told us up front that they had already rigged this election. They were not hiding. The cadres were saying it openly. They were carrying cash. They were so arrogant. They insulted the people of Zambia. They told us they had already rigged the election. When we asked them, how have you rigged? They said, we are working with ECZ. When we asked them, they told us, we've already got enough votes in Bemba areas. That's what Stotela was saying. That's what Kampiongo was saying. That's what they were all saying. They told us. It's all open for you to see. They said that even before the election is cast, we have already advantaged our areas. That's what they were saying. They said the electoral register itself was favoring them because they were saying that they have registered their bedrooms. And it was true. We objected. We said, Vane, be fair. Take your NRCs to every Zambian. The people of Southern Province should not be disadvantaged in the distribution of NRCs. Chalo chabo, abatonga, chalo chabo nabo bene. Twarelanda kumirenge ama NRCs yalimbwe twalenyanta mufino okupanta mo kumirenga ma NRCs. Nama foreigners bakasai baleisa mukukopwa during that time. Bakasai bakopwa ama NRCs kwesu kumirenge. In Southern Province, there was a shortage of NRCs. Isn't it the Patriotic Front that told us that they had advantage there on areas? Didn't Davis Mwila tell us, even as early as yesterday, that they have got votes from Bemba areas? And so because they've already done their PVT, they have won this election. That is what Davis Mwila was saying. When we move on, the campaigns begin happening. Weren't you watching? Now, if in the land, nshitefipanga fya mumutwe yo, busheta mwale mona mwevo. Aka inde hichirema, indeke shako aka inde hichirema, was grounded. Ukweba taye kumbala, vaya muiminika. Nomba, tebaja baka pokola yo, nshikuete na bobu wafya bale baka pokola bale muiminika. Who was telling them kumuiminika? That was a political instruction that was coming from somewhere. If there is anyone who is going to say that this election was unfair, it is Haka in the Hichlem, and he has said it, and we have said it. Because right from the registration, the taking down of the old register, the restoration of the new register, the registration of new voters, and the coming up of the voters' roll, it was all a PF project. It was all designed to advantage the Patriotic Front, and they never hid this fact. They told us. They were very clear. Iyo kwena alababantu aba, they were tabale vepa iyo, tabale tupita na mumba limwebo, bale tuwebe batu sopolwela, okweba ati, if yo tuachitila do away with that old register, nicho, tulefuwa yo kupanga a register where abantu besu will be advantaged. That's what happened. Ababemba inendi wakumirenge ndi mwaushi okweba tukumushi kumwesu kanshi ama numbers yakayepamulo, because in the Patriotic Front's sovereign mind bale mona kwana kalimo ababemba abaushi abena kabende abena chishinga abaunga bonse they are just ni bedroom yabo naba kuchipata abakunda abansenga abasenga nabonse abangoni nabachewa ati ni bedroom yabo kanshi bali ya dibanya nokuchita register in their bedroom. But and the campaign started. Teba tuevere ba Lungu kubati he has already won by 500,000. Teba le sabanka ni edi ashiti akuba they've already rigged. Ni nena landide pa TV bakwetu kubati ala mwandina ababa le mye ba they've already rigged. Ni bukele balekele nkafi bufi. Do not believe them. They are liars. Balekele nka. No one is going to rig this election. No one is going to rig it. They're telling you that they've rigged. What you need to do as the people of Zambia is to go very early in the morning. Go and line up in those polling stations and let your vote be your voice. That is what we said. In this little way, we can't even compete. We are a very small thing. But we were able to help motivate the Zambians to go and line up very early. Noko nale votera. Na ya kuma 6 ukiza sanga 200 people on the line. Ni chofye kwa alifia abanja fuirishe konteti mbepe. Wali abanja fuirishe ko pamulaini. Bamtuara ko pantanshi. Nisha balumbule. Bati, mfuire kweno pantu ndi mwana wako alesa. Anyway. But vadin toro shako lainati munsha natumona tikutali ufumine kanshi kutuwa toloka ko njepere nomba ine ala toloka shane abati yo panono sana twala kwa fuirisha. After 6 hours on the line banja fuirisha mkwai naya voter and namona filo chiwe balance pamu line palya pene na tampo kuipsha njepere mwebo ine kwena jikala kuno kuine nomba sometimes nshibako kuno kuchiwe mpala ndimwina chiwempala baleni banendondoleleni what is happening pamulaini palya pene epo abena chiwempala nebo banje bere okweba ati tulechinja consensus the entire line njevere imwe mulechinja shani tali a bedroom, this is a PF stronghold abati kui fyali puwa filia njevere what caused it bebele during gassing when our people were being gassed kunokuchingola we received no word from the head of state ukutuchita ama ignore no word of sympathy, nothing. Tuwaimine fie pantu abena chiwempala kwena bali kalabana sana kumabwe ati tuwaire tola fia mabwe ero nomba kwabako a few things here and there tibachitako take seriously nde kutikana ine njibere mwebena chiwempala lene akulandeni abati yo economy fintu na fidula bambi ati badi ba businessman bale akuma South Africa oko now it's impossible to do nde umfwana ine because I'm very attentive kubena chiwempala apara pene pona nshiremona because what I was thinking was the UPND was going to make inroads in the Copper Belt. I never imagined that they are actually going to win chiwempala. I'm telling you. Chipoka mlenga fila finale njiboko bati na George Sichula King George ebanandi ebarenji makoko bati ni fintu na filibuka no but I never used to believe them nalebe boko bati I think kuti kwa bako limbi a few inroads but not an extent where you actually win efinale mona ine neryo naide kuchweba efinale mona ati ma inroads by UPND bakapanga. I was shocked when the results are announced. Chingola has given UPND an outright majority and win. Nchanga, because Nchanga itampira poko chita announce. Ya chita announce clear majority for the UPND. Na chiwempala ine clear majority for the UPND. Konse kuli ba bululu shandi konse kulia clear majority for the UPND. It surprised me. Now, after it surprises me, I realized then that it's over because President Lungu has no path of winning this election if the Copper Belt and Lusaka reject him. There is no path for him to win. And so, who have rejected him? It is not the people of Southern Province or Western Province. Aba mikana ba Lungu, ni fwe bena chiwempala, ni fwe tuakana, ni fwe tualenga. Gamna mkwato bukali landene atbena chiwempala Mwilanda is Western Province, Mwilanda is Northwestern Province, Mwilanda is Southern Province. It's the people of Chiwempala, it's the people of Unchanga, it's the people of Chirirabombwe, it's the people of Undola, it's the people of Kamfinsa, it's the people of Kalulushi, it's the people of Buacha, it's the people of Chamboli, it's the people of Usakile, it's the people of Unkana, it's the people of Undola Central. It's the people of the Copper Belt. They are the ones that have rejected. Kanshi tamubelenga. Mwebo tamumona. Mushe batonga ba mikana. Is it balunda na balu bali ba mikana na balozi eba mikana mwebo? Isn't it the Copper Belt? Okay, let's leave the Copper Belt. Lusaka, it was the same thing. Lusaka is going to be taken. What happened? The same numbers in Lusaka. Hakainde Hichilema has made significant inroads. Before you even bring in the Zambezi provinces, please deal with those two issues. Those are the two issues that have led to serious problems for you. It is not Southern Province. It is not Western Province. It's not Northwestern Province. It is the urban areas. First of all, they are the ones that have done it. But secondly, let's move on from the urban areas. Let's go to the bedrooms. Because the whole reason for the new voters register was to disadvantage other areas and advantage if fueba bemba, fuebe na mirenge. Efe mwapangire new register, no kulanda, efe mwalandire ndandakale ya didiashi. Nomba, mulia muine. Muli register yanyu iyo mwapangire to disadvantage our people, to disadvantage other political party. Muli uwafya mwebo kanshita mwene bushefi ndelanda mwe bantu bandi ndesabaira. Okay, okusabaira kwena ndesabaira ko panono nomba ndefo ya munjebe Mporokoso irishani pambashe mwebo pambashe kuvena luwapu ukuine kupambashe 5,000 for haka inde hichilema kuchembe kumushikumweso bantu ifo bonse paliana abena kabende n'abawushi mushi umowine mansa chembe milenge fimo fine tuli bamo bene n'abena kabende tuli bamo bene ini chembe competing 30% for haka inde hichilema. Now, who then is responsible for your lack of votes? This is common sense. Aba mikana babemba eba kene mwebo aba ushina bena kabende eba pereche chama votes uyuino yu mwale tukachira ushiko nokutueba atitwika muvotela. What was the message in the dying days of the campaign from Chishimba Kambwiri? Wasn't it very clear? Okwebati baleisa kubalala bakambwidi eba ide kumukushina kuserenje ukuyaye babalala nabaswako kwebati muyikasala abatonga bantu abatonga balitemwa abatonga tabateka bwino abatonga bateka fye ngombe abatonga tababa bwino abatonga makampeni bachitira fye mumayanda mwabo mwamfo message alipo. It was a tribalist message. Number, it had the opposite effect upon our people. First of all, it did not feel genuine. It felt just made up. It felt very bad, and so because of that, that is what led to that is what led to this issue. That tribalist campaign hurt the Patriotic Front chances. We told you. Kweno kusabaira tulasabaira nomba ngachakutila muri bakumfwa ngamwaletu mfwako. You should not have endorsed Chishimba Kambwili's tribalist message. You should have rejected it. Nomba mwamuchita tolerate Chishimba Kambwili ukutuka abatonga elo nomba lelo mwasala ndokwebati unalusa umulando wako webati there were no people to witness my votes in Choma. Ababatonga te bantu iyo mwatumana Chishimba Kambwili. You take advantage of a very innocent Munjerereko is not innocent, but you take advantage of a very weak person because na kwatembilando kukapokola na kumakot eo nomba mwaya taking advantage mamona. You use him, a very vulnerable man. Ambokulachita spread a very tribal and bitter message. And then today, you are saying that you have lost because you did not have polling agents among the Tonga people, among the Kaonde and Lundas and Luvales and Lozes. And that's why you have lost the election. This does not make sense. You have lost the election because Chuempala and several other Copper Belt communities said no. You have lost the election because Lusaka has said no. You have lost the election because kuchipata, kupeta okay, kuchipata, kuchadiza, kusinda, inefyonse ni chipata, munjerereko. Kuchipata kwine, malambo lelo na ichita announce. What is the result? That is the reason why you have failed, you have lost. Na kubabe mbakwine fyonse fidefe ba Davis mwira bale sabayira mairo teba Davis mwira bale tubo ko batna bakwata PVT nomba PVT nishiba ipangire shane. How did they make PVT yo ba Davis mwira bale lando ko batna ba winner? There was nothing like that. Mairo batu eba tibali kwata PVT around the country because kind of cheaper that you are the ruling party. Today, Mwasa Chinjatio, we did not have polling agents. Which PVT did you do? Secondly, the numbers that you were expecting, it's not there. The numbers that you deliberately inflated in the north, Kwesu, it's not there. Mwamu nokobati naifu tuwalevota fia pakati. Mwamana. Efe tuarevota vefia na bayana chipata na bobe ni balevota vefia pakati. Nomba mwambo na tiyaka kana, you now want to disqualify the Tongas and Lozes. and Northwestern, because these are just names. We know exactly where you're aiming at. What am I trying to appeal? I'm appealing for a lot of calm in our country, a lot of calm. God is in control. It's all going to be fine. There's got to be adults in the room to help President Lungu process this loss. If there are immature young people that are surrounding him and telling him, Lemba Fiefi, it's very regrettable. There's got to be an adult somewhere in State House who's got to sit down with His Excellency, the President, and say, dear leader, there is no path. These 3 provinces are innocent. You've lost because you had the chance. Go and speak to the people of Chuempala and hear from them why they did not vote for you. Go and sit down with the people of Usakile and Chimwemwe. Simple. It is not because of Southern Province. Go and sit down with the people of Misisi and Chawama and find out why. What made the people angry to want to remove you? What made them angry? Go deep inside your heart and look at it. That's it. There will be peace. In Zambia, there will be peace. And a lot of grace, because Zambia is a Christian nation. But you are not going to get away with trying to cause this confusion and to... We stand together as one because we are one country. We are one nation. We are going to prosper together as one country, or we perish together like fools. And the people of Zambia are choosing. They're choosing, they're saying, we want to stand together as one country. That is what this is all about. And I hope that we can come back later to come and have a few more discussions with you, our people. God bless you, and God bless our country. Thank you. For those that might be contemplating violence, there is no need for violence here. No need. To all the youths, no need for violence, no need for confusion. There is peace here. The Electoral Commission is announcing its results. They're taking a little longer because so kumutsenda kwino wekateka umfwa na ulusa kwena insamusha pata shiti kwino pakoba tumwine yayiluka ngafere fine chali kuli arabi bali muchindika Electoral Commission of Zambia bamwendela arabi ko bati mwekateka kwena insamushi tachire kwana bwino nicho nangu ni GCE ine ngatwapenda tafire kwana bwino ero nombo mwine chamukalipa arabi alira arabi aita kwa banankwe aita kwa bakalamba bamubebere bane kwena ine banje bati nalusa ero bamwe bataho kwena amanone yapo ba arabi apapena apa apo agashimika aperera arabi aita na press conference ebere ine ababasata nali basulire na ababasata nali batukire ababasata nali randire fingi rero bawina abena Zambia babasala. Who am I to say no? If you watch Trishan ba arabi ba sign up no kusaina bati ba fireka ba na mukuchita handover if you chiba eni babu mulimo. God bless you and God's our country.